Hello everyone, and welcome to the Hip to Save Holiday Challenge week number 4. This is the last and final week, so I'm proud of all of you that have stuck with me this far. This week we're doing something a bit different because we're getting close to the holiday season and it's just all about giving and not so much receiving. I thought it'd be great to talk about just random acts of kindness. So I'm excited. We have some ideas for you guys just to get you inspired and thinking. But first, I'm going to show you this idea. And I got this idea from actually a reader. She emailed me the other day and it just really touched me. And she said she was in the drive-thru. She got some coffee. She got up to the window and they said it was paid for. They said the lady in front of her decided to pay for a drink just because she wanted to do something nice for a stranger. So I just thought it was really cool. So I got this idea and we're about to go in Starbucks and give them $200 and pay for up until they can't pay anymore for everyone's drink and food in the drive-thru. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens. I'm hoping that maybe I can interview a manager or employee after just to see what they thought about it and what people had said and their facial expressions. But it's going to be fun. So let's go. All right, so we just finished up with giving away $300 in Starbucks coffee and food. And this is one of the Starbucks employees who's nice enough to get a little bit of an interview and tell us how it went down because I obviously wasn't able to be in the drive-thru. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Well, first, how did you react to just someone doing that anyway?
Well, first, I didn't know that it was happening. I had to give him a break. So he's like, oh yeah, by the way, and so this money runs out, take care of it. But I see like 100 bills. I'm like, what? Are you crazy? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this. And then so it was great. I love it. And then I always love when people leave the car behind them. So that was awesome. And I was
does that happen often?
Yes. We actually have these bets where we who can make it go on the longest for 7 cars long or 8 cars.
Oh, that's so awesome. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so it's actually this little thing that this one guy always does.
Aww.
So he always is the one that starts it. But anyway, this was a great change and
this from that. That's so cool. What were their reactions? What are most people's reactions?
It was either some people
confused.
They start driving and they're like, don't you want money? And it's well, it's been taken care of. Okay, and it's kind of can we go before she changes her mind type idea. And then others like, oh my god,
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what was the best reaction today that you had?
First thing that I had, one lady, I thought she was so cute. She's like, why would someone do that?
Oh my god.
I'm like, well, it's holidays, it's Christmas, coming up, and it's just kind of a great way to just give back and everything. And she's like, oh my god,
that's so funny.
So it was, and then she had one of probably the bigger order. She had a $20 order. So she's like, can I pay for half of it? And it's it's okay, it's taken care of. And she's a regular too, so it was very big deal for her.
So cool. So I guess my final question is just what having this happen and you being here, does that inspire you in any way?
Yeah, especially with what people have done in the past, about paying for the
that's so cool.
I don't really do drive-throughs so much, but I'm very I want to do it. So every time okay, next time we're gonna drive, we have to pay for the person behind us. You know what I mean? And so I think it's great. It kind of gets people to kind of get out the funk of
I know, they're almost suspicious. When I came in here, I was all nervous. My heart was racing because I thought they were going to be suspicious. Because when you're saying, oh, here, I want to pay for people's drinks, they're like, well, there's something wrong with that. People don't get that. It's just, we just want to do something good.
Yeah. And I feel you always want to catch what's the deal, where you're doing this for, you know what I mean? But I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. It's very much personally I was just can I be registered? Can I be registered?
I wanted to be on register. I was can I work at Starbucks today? I just wanted to see people.
So I kept on come on, let me tell them. And then afterwards, okay, let's take turns.
That's so funny.
Because I'm all about, all about that. So I love it.
This is another Starbucks employee that's very nice and kind to get an interview. He was at the drive-thru too. So okay. So what was your reaction to the whole thing?
Well, first of all, when my manager came to me, she was like, here's $300 to pay for everybody the next customer's drinks until it runs out. I was like, what? And so I started to bring up the next person. I looked at him and I said, what? I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. She said, so Lex just came in and gave us some money to pay for the drinks. I was like, all right. She said, just keep going until it runs out. So next person hands in their credit card, and he was like, what was that total? I said, it's been taken care of, sir. And then he was like, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm certain. And he was like, okay. So I handed him his drinks, and he took off. And then this one lady, she was just ecstatic.
Aww.
She was like, oh my God, are you serious? It's like my lucky day. She's like, because I just went to the other place and I got a huge discount off some work I got done on my car. And I'm like, well, I guess it is your lucky day. And then we actually messed up one of the orders previous to her.
Oh, okay.
And we handed her an extra caramel frappuccino that she didn't order. She was like, oh my God, I love Starbucks. And she just took off. But yeah, it was really fun.
Well, what was the best reaction? I mean, was there one? Well, I guess that lady maybe that
that was the best one. She was like totally off the rocker. She said, she fell back like that, and I was like, yeah, you could, because she had like a $17 order or something like that.
Oh, okay. You were like,
yeah.
Taking care. Now, what was there any reaction that was like, you know what I mean? How some people are really confused, like almost like, well, I just want to
This
pay.
gentleman, he had his son in the back seat of the car, and he had a hot chocolate for his son, and he had fancy latte with no whip, non-fat, something like that. And I said, I handed him his drinks. I said, you can take care of for you, sir. And he was like, okay. So he just set his car back in his lap and handed him, I handed him his drink, and then I handed him his son's hot chocolate, and he tried to hand me the card again. And I was like, no, sir, it's been taken care of. Me, just.
He was having a hard time.
And he was getting ready to pull off, and he just looked at me again. I said, it's been taken care of, sir. And he just stared at me like. He didn't say anything. He didn't have any type of reaction. He just had a straight face and was just staring at me. I was like, you're good. And so, then he just took off. I was like, okay. So he finally got the message. You're good.
So now, did anyone want to like pay for anyone behind them, or was that?
Actually, the third customer that I had in the drive-thru, and the lady, she asked me, can I pay for the woman behind, the customer behind me? She's like, since mine was taken care of, I was like, that whole line is probably taken care of too. And then she was like, okay. She said, seriously? She said, you sure you don't want me to? I said, no, it's been taken care of. But she did give a $2 tip, so.
I know, we saw some tips coming in there.
Yeah. Everybody was like sticking the tips in there. This one guy, his total came like $4.86, and he just took the $4 and stuck them in a tip jar.
Aww. We just got back from Starbucks, and well, it was an awesome experience. As you guys got to see, we interviewed the employees. We weren't able to film the people going through the drive-thru, which would have been awesome because I wanted to, see their facial expressions. But for legal stuff, you can't really film someone that's not, doesn't know they're being filmed. But it was just awesome hearing what they had to say, and it's just a really good feeling. So I hope you guys are inspired to go out there and maybe do something like that, pay for someone's lunch one day, or just, something small. Leave a coupon for a free product somewhere on tape it to a product, be a coupon fairy. There's a lot of things you can do without spending money. We're gonna